Hello to all of you beautiful nerds and welcome back from Traveling the Vast Nerd Universe. I am back with another video. Like I said in the last one, I am re-recording some videos that were meant to be edited so I could get them out to you guys as soon as possible. And one of them was my makeup story time dealing with MetroCon 2013 and how there was kind of a not so great fairy tale group, because I love fairy tale, and remembering this kind of brought back some memories. The reason why was Jen Loves Reviews kind of made a comment about how people comment on your stuff and don't realize, I think, what they're saying. I forget the part that she said, but basically it brought back something, and I remember, it was criticizing what you said in your video or post, and it kind of brought this story up because as you guys know, with all the convention stuff, I normally review it on nerdychicuniverse.com. And our very first convention was MetroCon 2013. And let me get the story started since I am pretty much already telling it. Well, let's see. Why is everything falling out of this thing? So yeah, turning back time towards Metro 2013, because I feel like telling this story because it was our first convention that we ever did press for, and how we got into press was at the time I was hoping to do my minor in exceptional education because I wanted to be a counselor myself and for visually impaired people, and I was going for exceptional education as my minor because counseling was a master's program at UCF. And someone, sorry, I'm making sure on how much, because in case if I talk about entities later on, because I started doing that over on nerdychicuniverse.com, which I would say take a read. But as I was saying, someone was kind of unsupportive and took me out of my minor and put me into the writing and rhetoric minor. And he thought that I wouldn't do good in the master's program because it's so hard to get through a master's, even though my bachelor's degree was already hard enough. And to tell you the truth, I almost failed my first writing class in my new minor. Thank you very much. And I thought I would keep on going with the minor that I currently had, because I was doing really good. So then career services, since we had an appointment talking about my career goal, since humanities had a lot of things that I could do, and career services said, why not try out doing press for the events that you go to? And so I looked into doing press for MetroCon, because we wanted to go to MetroCon after hearing so many good things about the convention itself from so many people that we knew back at UCF, because they always went to that one, even though they also went to MegaCon but 2S MegaCon was getting really pricey, especially after they got purchased by Fan Expo. It got super expensive, especially for just a day alone. I would say take a look at the pricing for one day at MegaCon, and you'll see one reason why we stopped going. And plus, we wanted to branch out to other conventions that have been existing in Orlando. That kind of brought us to Mythicon, so we only went to Mythicon as attendees for 1 year, and then the year after for their final year doing press. So yeah, and this was before Omni Fandom Expo found us, by the way. So I decided to contact the people at Metro who had press, and it happened to be the convention head, and she said contact me again in January. That's when we start accepting press applications. And so I waited for the new year in 2013 and asked for the press form, and was given the form, filled it out, and was approved to do press. And also, during that year, I was getting more into fairy tale. At first, I didn't like the anime, but after watching it, because Richard told Todd Habercorn, the voice of Natsu Drakneil, to convince me as Death the Kid, since I loved Soul Eater and I loved Death the Kid, to convince me how great of a series it was. So after he did, I'm like, okay, I'll give it another chance, and fell in love with it. Because I judged it too quickly from episode 1. Which I shouldn't have. I am sorry. So then, Richard thought that I should cosplay as Lucy Harphilia, the one who summons the different spirits with her keys. And palette I'm using today, I am going to be using the new Wet n Wild Coffee Cat palette. I think this is the coffee one. Yeah, it still smells like coffee, because I'm not sure what happened to the ice cream one. Because Wet n Wild were the ones who told me about this headband. If I spent over 30 bucks, I would get a coffee cat headband. And I did it. I love cats. Can't help it. So, anyways. So, for the next few months, ended up collecting stuff from that dealt with Lucy. So I could get the costume done by MetroCon. And while collecting the costume parts, well, actually I started collecting the parts towards the end of 2012? Yeah, towards the end of 2012, because I got the set of keys for Lucy, like a set of cosplay keys. But the interesting part about that set, they also included Yukino's keys, because she offered up apparently Libra and Pisces to Lucy during the uh, Grand Magic games, which I was not at that point yet. But of course, I did not know. But I did have the many other keys except for one, Capricorn. So I bought that one separately, and apparently my Pisces and Libra keys were misprinted, and so I bought those from a different seller, and they were actual size too. And I had to get Capricorn replaced because someone decided to steal them from my package, which was not fun. I had to get a picture taken of the keys that I received in the mail. I don't get why people just steal other people's mail. Really, guys, could you stop that? And plus, it's a little known fact, it is illegal, by the way. But back to the story. Back to this tale of the not so fairy tale group. So I collected all the other parts, and I even asked our friend Franchi, which I mentioned him in the last video, help me make the outfit part, and he did. He made the top, he made the skirt, and don't worry, I paid him, I think it was 40 bucks to get the outfit done. And I did not know this, my boots were too high for this because I ended up getting a pair of 2-inch high heel boots. And I did not know the height of her boots because, well, I was never told, couldn't see them. So I had to deal until I got proper boots. But they hurt like hell after remembering that. Especially when I wore them to Mythicon, even though I had flip-flops for that and just took my picture with Jeremy Lee. So, anyways. So, the convention comes. And we had a roomie with us, all thanks to this one anime club that a former friend of mine introduced me to her group of people from Tallahassee when she was in high school. And we ended up bunking with somebody from her group. Which, I don't know, which was nice and all, but I'm not sure if she would be seeing this, but I kind of felt like she did not fit with our group of people as much because she did enjoy watching J.R.R. Tolkien stuff like The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, but she did like Once Upon a Time. I tried watching it, but I think I lost a thumb drive with the episodes that I had at the time trying to watch what was up with that, but I thought it was an okay series, just from my honest opinion. But anyways, she did cosplay as Belle from the series, so yeah, during that weekend. And I tried to tell her about Fairy Tail, and she was kind of towards it, like she didn't know about much, even though I tried explaining to her where I'm cosplaying from. So yeah. And of course, like I said, this is where we also met Rain, and we just hit it off ever since we met back then. So yeah, that's how we became best friends throughout the 7 years afterwards. Yeah, I know, it's sad, but moving on. So the convention came, and so we were enjoying going around Tampa. We did pick up our badges that Thursday because we were allowed to, and we got to hang out with Toby and Rain a bit, and our roomie for a bit. Had some fried chicken and some stuff from Publix. And the great thing is, even though this whole entire time is happening, but we learned from the people at the Publix that conventions, that MetroCon especially, brings them a lot of business. And without Metro, they wouldn't be having so much business in the first place. And this actually made us happy because a lot of times some cities don't usually mention conventions as a good business opportunity, since in Orlando there are those people that kind of spoil the conventions, and some places don't like convention goers. But with Tampa, not a lot of people cause a lot of issues for Metro, which is a good thing, because I think it was a different hotel in Florida, they had issues with the Homestuck cosplayers from stories I've heard, which is kind of awful. Like, they were jumping into pools to get makeup off, which were the Homestuck guys, for example. That's what I read, I think on Tumblr or some other post. But that's what I read, because sometimes some Homestuck cosplayers do end up getting paint all over the place, and that's why you seal it, people. Anyways, so Friday comes and I'm in the outfit, and leading up to Metro as well, I found out that there was going to be a fairy tale group at the convention, and I was glad to be cosplaying as Lucy for this and wanted to participate in the photo shoot. And there was also a fairy tale panel that afternoon, which made it even better. So we decided to go and check that out. Well, especially me and Richard, since we do press, and we did see some fairy tale cosplayers, and we assumed that they were going to be part of the fairy tale group. But no, actually. And also, another important tidbit, I was not the only Lucy at the convention either, because there were a few others, and when the panel came, 4 of them alongside me showed up to this panel. And the panel, to tell you the truth, was horrible. And my review is going to be an important detail, because I reviewed this panel in that post, which I'll tell you what happened with that once. I mean, what happened with the review. But anyways, so basically, they did not have a microphone, which you could barely hear them throughout the panel. Another thing, a lot of people were being out of character. when it came to who they were cosplaying, which was bad enough. I mean, especially it was the Kana and the Loki / Leo cosplayer. And not only that, according to Richard, some of them either were not wearing the right cosplay parts or wearing the right kind of wig, and or at least dyed their hair or spray colored it, or some of them were not cosplaying for this group, which that's an important thing. If you're gonna cosplay for anything that deals with the anime, cosplay. Or just tell the group, sorry, I could not get the costume together, which is also going to be another important detail alongside this one guy. There was a guy in the group that was supposed to be free. For those of you who are new to Fairy Tail, I doubt it, while watching this, Free is one of the Thunder Legion members which he hangs around Loxus a lot. And for those of you who don't know who Loxus is, he's Makarob's grandson, and he ended up with the Thunder Dragon powers, all thanks to the lacrima that he was given as a small kid when he was really sick, and his grandpa wanted to help him become stronger. I'll use this to blend my shadow. So yeah. So Free basically uses handwriting magic to do his magic. And this guy, which I'm going to refer to as Free, did not cosplay. Yes, he did not. And he's going to be important later on once I mention what had happened. So yeah, he's going to be important later on. So back to the tale. So and another thing, like I said, back to the Kana cosplayer, he was really out of character, like saying, oh, I drank so many kegs a day type thing, and like, I'm so drunk. Which, mind you, yes, Kana does get drunk. But she doesn't get drunk to the point that she needs to focus on doing her magic. Even though, yeah, she's the bartender, but she does drink when there's a party going on, like a celebration, for example. But most of the time, you rarely see her drink. And there was something missing in this group as well, which will be bringing up the Lucy cosplayers again. Sorry, I'm just focusing on my eyeliner. And that is, they were missing a Lucy. And what they said, the reason why they did not have a Lucy was because he got that, let me say it, and then I'll let you guys let it sink in. She got arrested for prostitution. Let that sink in for a minute. Do 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 do. I'm back. Okay. I let you sync that and make that sync. And to tell you the truth, with Fairy Tale, newsflash, that made a lot of us mad because Lucy's outfit, yeah, she wears a teeny tiny mini skirt in it, and sometimes shorts as well, but you don't see her going around and selling her body. I think, yeah, they said that might have been a ha-ha, he-he joke, but not to us Lucy cosplayers, because the only time you see a character doing something, not the prostitution part, but was, I've seen the thing, yeah, up to part 4 of the anime, and I got through the part with Karen Lilica, and he was basically having Aries being the one that kind of sounded like he had to basically attract the guys. Yeah, she was using Aries for that, in that same way. See, I do my research too. But anyways, guess what happened next? 4 of those Lucy's, as in those 4 Lucys, besides me, left the group. I mean, left the panel because they were so mad. I wanted to stay to see if I could actually hear more of the panel, but then I left because I couldn't take it anymore. Well, Richard left before me, and I was leaving because I couldn't take the panel anymore. It sucked. And plus, I couldn't hear him since some people behind us were also talking. Since it didn't help that they didn't have the microphone. So yeah, that panel was not that great. But the photo shoot was better, to tell you the truth, because at least I had fun with that. I did say I had fun with that too. And the funny thing was, I had all 15 keys that Lucy had in the series, and even though I was the second Lucy there, because the other Lucy only had 4 of the keys, I think he bought her costume off of eBay, because I think I remembered there was a listing when I was looking for the wig for the outfit, and 4 of her keys being offered in the sale. And I think she probably bought that outfit, and one of her keys that also broke during the photo shoot, and she was like, doesn't matter, oh well. But I had all 15 keys, and when I brought them out, they were like, wait, what? They were surprised that I was Lucy with all the keys, including Capricorn, mind you. And I did take a picture holding the Capricorn key in my hand for the most part. And we were doing the this one hand thing that they had, like a hand signal towards Loxus during the Fairy Tale Battle Royale arc, where they pointed the fingers in the air, signaling towards Loxus, saying, hey, we're all friends. And we were all doing that. So, and I even had my picture taken with the Loki / Leo cosplayer with the other Lucy on top of that. And after the photo shoot, my feet were hurting really badly too, and unfortunately I did not have any flip-flops, and I tried going barefooted in the convention center. And a little known fact, that is pretty much a no-no in their in that place. And I did not know about that because we were new to MetroCon. And I tried telling them my feet hurt. And I didn't have any flip-flops, and we were staying in a hotel downtown. Which we were staying at the courtyard. Which was a driving distance away. And I didn't have flip-flops on me either. And they were getting on my case about it. I'm like, fine, I'll wear the heels. So I swallowed my pride and wore them for the rest of the night. Even during our really crappy panel. Yeah, I admit our panel was not too hot too. Because the sound was not playing correctly during the panel. So yeah, it wasn't going well. But our fanfiction panel did go a lot better during the next day. And at least I didn't have to wear the high-heeled boots because I was doing my Soul Eater character instead by the next day. And at least I was wearing sneakers for that, and he was a dude. Which was a good thing. So yeah, the rest of the convention was pretty enjoyable. I mean, even us going off and traveling around Tampa, again, it was a nice breath of fresh air from Orlando conventions, in a way. And we wanted to come back, and we did the following year. And I still want to go back, actually, to MetroCon. Because it was our first out-of-town convention, and the staff was really good to us when it came to our press work and everything, and we definitely want to go back there. I think they probably changed some of their group, their how shall I say, their organizer group a little bit, but I'm hoping we do go back there because it was pretty awesome. So after that, hold on, if I could find my concealer. I can't find it. But again, so this was also the same time that I still did nothing but transcribing, like the interviews and everything. So I did the review, like the right after I got back from the convention. And I even made the disclaimer about how the review is formatted. Like, I made the disclaimer, this review is based on thoughts and opinions and observations of the lead writer of this blog. Please respect her thoughts and opinions. That was always my disclaimer since 2013, mind you. So, what I didn't expect was someone to complain. And I talked about the fairy tale panel and said how bad it was, and how I mentioned there was no microphone. They said something about Lucy that rubbed all of us Lucys the wrong way. I know, really bad to say it like that, but it did. It rubbed us the wrong way as Lucy cosplayers. And they didn't think about replacing the Lucy. I mean, at least grabbing a Lucy from the crowd. I think I remembered yelling out, "I will be your Lucy." They never heard me. Which was really bad. I mean, like, really. I mean, if you guys are in that fairy tale group, please understand that if you're gonna do a panel based on an anime, do it right. I mean, that is my tip for anybody who's doing panels based on anime. So, anyways, back to the story. So, this is the Revlon Cameo Candid Concealer, sorry, in light. Can't wait for my BoxyCharm next month because I chose the Dose of Colors Concealer. But anyways, back to the story. So again, I was not expecting the review from Mr. Free. And he said, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I read that comment, but he said like, "Oh, why did you have to say that stuff about our panel? We were just having fun. Why can't you just have fun? Blah, blah, blah." Excuse me. And to tell you the truth, I'm sorry. I had some turkey and wheat tortillas because I was feeling a little bit hungry after having a chicken salad sandwich. We slept in today until like noon. Don't blame me. I was exhausted from this past week of doing some class related stuff and also packing up for the move a little bit here and there. Yeah, we are moving into a new place in November as our lease is running out. But anyways, back to the story. So yeah, this guy basically tore my review apart when it came to the part about the fairy tale panel that they did. And he also mentioned the reason why he couldn't cosplay for the group was because he didn't have any money. Which I'm gonna bring up next with my review. So I commented back to him in the most professional way that I did and be like, "Hello, Free. Hello, Freed. As I said above in my disclaimer, this review is based on thoughts and opinions and observations of what took place during the weekend. And I did say, please respect my thoughts and opinions. Opinions, which means what I said is based on what I saw. And that was true, because I thought the panel was bad. I did not want to be like most people saying, "Oh, it was a great panel." Like, you know, most people would falsely say this one makeup product is great when it's really not, type thing. You know what I mean. But anyways, what I was gonna say, I did say, I was honest in saying I did not like this panel at all. I thought it sucked. It was not that great. And the whole entire having fun type thing, yes, it's great to have fun. But if you're gonna joke about the anime like they did, then why make it sound like, oh, this character was arrested for selling herself, you know? When in the anime, he doesn't do that. Again, like I said, Lucy may wear teeny tiny mini skirts, but of course, there's gonna be times when she needs to run like hell and save her own life. And yeah, there were times when her clothes ended up being vanished out of nowhere. But it was either due to a dragon doing it, or she was placed in a different type of set of clothing. Or her clothes got destroyed. That happens in a lot of anime. I mean, come on. You know? And again, I even pointed out in that same comment, and I'm not sure if you guys noticed, all those Lucys, then myself later on left the panel because they got mad at you, at your group mates. And then on to the final part, the part about the not having money for his costume. Here's the thing, though. I myself do sometimes get some things made by Franchi, while other times I go to Salvation Armies or Goodwills to get my parts. Or even this one place called Thrift Co., which is like towards downtown. And some of those parts don't cost you so much. I think the most I've spent was on my trench coat for my Dot Hat character a year later. For like, I think it was $12 to $15. And it wasn't that bad. And again, he could have gone to Goodwill and just put together a basic trench coat. If I remember, Freed had a trench coat. I think he did. I am visually impaired, sorry. I don't really know basic stuff. Basic costuming, if I probably cannot see it. But I think he probably had a trench coat and like a suit underneath because he always liked to be prim and proper and look really good for Loxus. Yeah, he's kind of been... He does... I could tell he has a thing for Loxus. I'm sorry, guys. If you're into yaoi, you probably might think the same thing. But anyways, so yeah, he could have gone to a Goodwill or a Salvation Army if he was back in his home. Or he could have waited until the day before the convention started and picked up some stuff. Like, come to Tampa early. I think I mentioned that in my comment. Come to Tampa early in the day like we had. Pick up the clothing parts probably at a second-hand store because Tampa had a few possibly. And then pick up the wig at a wig shop because we had one right around the corner from the courtyard, and Richard ended up picking up a wig for his Project cross zone cosplay that weekend. Yes, he did that. He got his wig that way, and then got the hairspray thing to paint half of it black. So he was able to do that. And not only that, in the vendor's room, I actually did this and picked up my Kyo wig from one of the cosplay booths, because there were cosplay booths where you could buy leather belts for your costumes if you're doing Final Fantasy. Heck, I even got a replacement belt for my Lucy costume that way. And you could get leather stuff, wigs, heck, even cosplay props. If you were a Nazi, you could buy happy plushies that way. I mean, MetroCon had a lot of stuff you could pick up. Heck, even though Richard was looking for a shirt that kind of matched what John Pertwee wore as the Third Doctor, even sports shops for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers also sold there a year later, because he was looking for an actual Buccaneer looking shirt for John Pertwee, but they were selling really expensively for that shirt. Oh well. But still, I kind of feel like this guy that was supposed to be their freed cosplayer was kind of making an excuse for himself. And I also said towards the end of my comment, you could have also told the group that you don't have your costume and that you can't make it or do the group in the first place. Because nowadays, if you did that, a lot of people would understand, especially your financial situation, even though some people kind of also be kind of mean to that, but some people would understand your financial situation. I mean, during that time, I did not have a job at the moment and didn't have a job until now. Even though I was able to get the costume made for Lucy, and I was glad to have Franchi be able to make my Lucy outfit for me, because it would have been hard trying to find the parts to do her outfit. Even though it was a white top, but it was basically like a cross shape with the blue lining. I still have the costume, by the way. We have cosplay bins in our closet, which is gonna be fun to store in our new place. And again, I was lucky enough, and he didn't charge me that much. Yeah, 40 does sound a little bit much, but he is a businessman. What do you expect? And he's got to make the money. And I was glad that he did help me get the outfit together. But this guy, I kind of felt like he was probably too lazy to do the costume in the first place, and I felt like he was just getting on my case because I did not like the panel, which is true. I did not like the panel, and I didn't want to be dishonest to you guys about the panel in the first place if I found it was not that good. And for those of you who probably were in that group, please understand, if you're if you're gonna do a proper anime group, do it in a way that not only is entertaining, but do it less offensively, and also As in, don't say this character was taken away because of a lewd act. I mean, that was not cool. You kind of pissed off not only myself as a Lucy cosplayer, but also others too. And again, the year after, we did enjoy the Helsing Ultimate panel because that was entertaining, and the people who were in that group knew what they were doing and made it very entertaining for all of us to enjoy. I mean, I could not breathe by the end of that panel because I was laughing so hard with my friends. And I felt like that was fun. But not the fairy tale group. But I did have fun during the photo shoot that day. At least that went well. So yeah, that's the end of the not so fairy tale group story. I know I did bring up Rain because he was there with us, and again, it's how we first met as well, because he noticed my shirt saying Yowie is my anti-drug, and he was like, can I give you a hug? And I'm like, sure. Ooh, and sweet, I found a highlighter I haven't worn in ages. And we did hit it off from that then on. Okay, I'm gonna put this Tarte blush on. I feel like staring away. Well, like I said before, Richard did make his costume at last minute, which was Project Crossown. And he did very well for his first time doing it at last minute, especially making his armor out of duct tape, which were some arm bracers. He did that with duct tape, like black and red duct tape. You could do a lot of things with duct tape. So yeah. I'm not sure if he still has the wig from that costume. Again, that's after finding it at a wig shop that was like right around the corner from where we were staying in town. So, it's surprising what you can do within one night of being in town. If you guys want to hear other convention stories, or I could still pick out the ones from my book like I did with the Lolita dress drama, which you could still watch here on YouTube, I would gladly do it while put on my makeup. Like I said, I don't mind telling stories, or I could tell one of my college stories. What about that? Just comment down below. I would like to hear what y'all think. Okay, I'm gonna blend my face. Dang, it's raining. Oop. Like, I keep on knocking things over, even though there's not many items on my vanity, because I've been packing the stuff from it a lot more than I did before, which I'm gonna be doing that with the stuff in the drawer next, because I am still packing a lot of items. And of course the next video I'm gonna be redoing is a Naked Ultraviolet from Urban Decay, and then of course gonna do the video with the Urban Decay palettes from Naked Cherry up to Naked Ultraviolet. And so yeah, gonna spray my face with my Tarte Shape Tape spray. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten Beauty Forgotten, but ever since we had to got our approved for the new apartment, money has gone into that. And also I only bought a few items from the 21 Days of Beauty, only really skincare products rather than makeup products, because I kind of feel like they repeated almost everything this time around, even though I am grateful that they did that with the what is it, the AHA BHA exfoliator from Murad. I was glad that they did that again. And also I did pick up the vitamin C face wash and was happy that they did put the I know this is a liquid lipstick, but anyways, is this the one from the new? Yep. Gonna put on one of the stuff from the new Coffee Cat and Ice Cream Bee collection. What was I saying? But been packing up here and there, even though I also still have classes until December. I'm gonna be moving in November, so I'm gonna try to get the videos up before I have to pack everything else on the vanity. So I'm gonna try to work on them as next few weeks come and go. Where is that lip? Oh, there it is. Lip primer. Okay, that completes the look. It's been a while since I picked up Wet n Wild eyeshadows. I know I still gotta do the Chromie X My Melody collection from that too. I almost forgot about that. But hey, at least I'm still trying to work on more videos and coming out with new content for you all. So make sure you follow us on Twitter at Nerdy Chic. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you wouldn't be notified once those videos are posted. So until next time, stay beautiful. Where is it? I know I have. Let me braille set. There it is. Damn it! Blooper. Oop.
Tilt right. Tap S. Take picture button. Stop recording video button.